Hello friends, let us start with the design of the mechanical screw jack. Part 2 is design of the screw. Before starting with the design of the screw, we will assume factor of safety. A screw jack is a lifting device and it is subjected to certain hazards. Breakdown of the jack can cause injury to the operator and damage to the machine parts. Therefore, screw jacks should be robust in construction. To account for this safety aspect, higher factor of safety of 5 is used for the components of the screw jack. Now, let us start with the first step of the design of the screw. Consider that the screw is under pure compression. For that, value of W is equal to sigma C into AC, where sigma C is compressive stress and AC is compressive area. Compressive area is replaced by pi by 4 into dc square, where dc is core diameter of the screw. Second step is to find the torque T1 required to rotate the screw and find the shear stress tau due to this torque. We know that the torque required to lift the load for the power screw is given by T1 is equal to P into D by 2, where P is effort required at the circumference of the screw and D is mean diameter of the screw. Now T1 is equal to W into tan of alpha plus phi into D by 2, where alpha is helix angle of the thread and phi is friction angle of the thread. Therefore, shear stress due to torque T1 will be given by tau is equal to 16 into T1 upon pi into dc cube. Also find direct compressive stress sigma c due to axial load. Sigma c is equal to W upon pi by 4 into dc square. Find the maximum stresses as the follows. Maximum principal stress, that is tensile or compressive, and maximum shear stress is given by sigma c max is equal to 1 upon 2 in bracket sigma c plus under root of sigma c square plus 4 into tau square, and maximum shear stress is given by tau max is equal to 1 upon 2 into under root of sigma c square plus 4 into tau square. These stresses should be less than the permissible stresses. Step 4 is to find the height of the nut H. Considering the bearing pressure on the nut, we know that bearing pressure on the nut is given by Pb is equal to W upon pi by 4 into bracket dO square minus dc square whole bracket multiply by N, where N is number of threads in contact with screwed spindle. Therefore, height of nut H will be N into P, where P is pitch of the thread. Here, this DO is outside or nominal diameter of the screw and DC is core diameter of the screw. Step 5 is check the stresses in the screw and nut as follows. Tau for the screw is given by W upon pi into N into dc into T. Here T is thickness of the screw and it is given by the formula P upon 2, where P is pitch of the thread. And tau induced for the nut is given by the formula W upon pi into N into dO into T. Here DC and dO are core diameter and nominal diameter of the screw. Step number 6 is to find inner diameter D1 and outer diameter D2 and thickness T1 of the nut collar. The inner diameter D1 is found by considering tearing strength of the nut. Tearing strength is nothing but tensile strength. We know that W is equal to pi by 4 into bracket capital D1 square minus small do square into sigma t. Here sigma t is tensile stress, small do is nominal diameter of the screw, and capital D1 is inner diameter of the nut collar. The outer diameter D2 is found by considering crushing strength of the nut collar. We know that W is equal to pi by 4 into bracket capital D2 square minus capital D1 square into bracket sigma c. Here capital D2 is outer diameter and capital D1 is inner diameter of the nut collar, and sigma c is compressive stress. The thickness T1 of the nut collar is found by considering the shearing strength of the nut collar. We know that W is equal to pi into D1 into T1 into tau. Step 7 is to fix the dimensions for the diameter of the head D3 on the top of the screw and for the cup. Take D3 is equal to 1.75 times small do. This is empirical relation to find out D3. The seat for the cup is made equal to the diameter of the head and it is chamfered at the top. The cup is fitted with a pin of diameter D4 is equal to D3 upon 4 approximately. This pin remains a loose fit in the cup. Step number 8 is find the torque required T2 to overcome friction at the top of the screw. We know that T2 is equal to 2 upon 3 into mu1 into W into bracket R3 cube minus R4 cube upon R3 square minus R4 square. This is for assuming uniform pressure condition. Now, for assuming wear condition, T2 will be mu1 into W in bracket R3 plus R4 upon 2, that is equal to mu1 into W into R, where R3 is radius of head and R4 is radius of pin. Step number 9 is the total to calculate total torque. Now the total torque to which the handle will be subjected is given by T is equal to T1 plus T2. Assuming that a person can apply a force of 300 to 400 Newton intermittently. The length of handle required is capital T upon 300, means torque divided by 300. The length of handle may be fixed by giving some allowance for gripping. Step 10 is the diameter of handle D. It may be obtained by considering bending effects. M is equal to pi by 32 into sigma B into capital D cube. By using this formula, we can find out the value of capital D. Hence, the height can be taken as h is equal to 2d by using an empirical relation. Step 11 is to design of the body. The various dimensions of the body may be taken as follows. Diameter of the body at the top D5 is given by 1.5 into D2. T3 is thickness of the body. It is given by T3 is equal to 0.25 times DO. Inside diameter at the bottom, D6, it is given by the formula 2.25 into D2. Outer diameter at the bottom, D7, is given by the formula 1.75 into D6. Thickness of base T2 is equal to 2 times of T1, and total height of the body is given by maximum lift of the screw jack plus height of the nut plus 100 mm extra. The body is made tapered in order to achieve stability of jack. Last step is to find efficiency of the screw jack. Torque required to rotate the screw with no friction is given by T0, and it is equal to W into tan of alpha into D by 2, where alpha is helix angle. Therefore, efficiency of the screw jack is given by TO upon T. Thank you.